Peace, HHDG. We are on another episode of HHDG Media, the podcast. Big shout out to our whole family, our company, HHDG Media Inc., which consists of our 5 owners, Rock Vader KB, Skelly Top, Demare, T. Smith, and myself, Wiki. Always big shout out to everyone that's been tuning in, sharing, liking, commenting, and just giving us that love if they see us at any events. So it's definitely appreciated, and we look forward to being able to speak with more and more artists, label owners, people that are definitely involved with keeping hip hop culture thriving. As you can see on the bottom banner, you can go to our website, hhdgmedia.com. There we have our previous written interviews, our merch, upcoming events, and always that dope hip hop music. For tonight, we have returning Bayshore MC, SPODA, always with that delivery, always with that confidence in his music, continuously building his catalog. I think Full Court Press, that was the joint. Shout out to Wavy the God. That really put me on to this Bayshore MC, Long Island Stand Up. And from there, countless, been putting in a lot of work. And from there, I think that was 2019 when that came out. So since then, he's been showing what it is to have a genuine work ethic mixed with your talents and knowing how to pick the right producers and production. Very important. Keep that consistency going. I mean, just this year alone, 3 dope projects. Most recent one, Destinies, dropped on April 24th. Before that was High Rollers 98 with his fam, DJ Mickey Knox. And before that, Mr. and Mrs. Smith with Aida. And, continuously putting out dope work. And if you've seen him perform live like I have, that energy that you hear emitting through the vocals of this MC is exactly the same. He gives you it 110% or more every single time. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce once again on HHDG Media Inc., SPODA.
Yo, thank you, brother. I'm watching that intro, bro, and I'm like, damn, bro is breaking that shit down. But I'm like, damn, because it just goes to show, like, when you just said how you met me in this underground thing, and this is before me being in the Long Island scene. You basically was there from day one, literally.
Wow.
From when I started this whole underground movement. Like, okay, so the first project I did was with Wavy. That was right in the beginning. But I think right before that, I did a Lucy with the Standout. Shout out to A Dot and C Dot. And I think I did a Lucy with Wavy right before my first actual that was my first actual project. But I'm watching as you saying that, bro, and shit like that. Again, I appreciate you, bro, because shit like that is what keeps me motivated. And not only that, there's people out there as like yourself who I could see as far as this underground scene, because obviously they had to double back to go see that, okay, he been doing this before, you know what I'm saying? But as far as the underground scene, everything you said was like right on point, like everything with that. But that motivates me, bro, like that. And I'm sorry if I'm going into depth right off the rip, but I'm showing you your and I'm giving you your flowers for everything you do in real talk. You know what I'm saying? And like he said, he has seen me in person. You know what I'm saying? And the live forms of outside of rapping, performing it. So everything he's saying, but it's just like it just inspires me more to keep going. Like everybody tells me how I'm so much of a workhorse, how you saying I'm consistent and all that. And I love that for me from all of y'all from who show me love about it. But it's like I can, but I can't do it without y'all. Y'all my fuel to the vehicle. You know what I'm saying? For me to like somebody like perfect example. How you just said from full court press. You been. I'm listening. I'm like, damn. He been there since my first interest to this underground, this whole underground realm that I never knew about. You know what I'm saying? Until I found out about it. But yeah, man, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy, bro. And I'm just a workhorse. It's just naturally in me. So it be overwhelming sometimes, but it just be I try not I don't let it get me big headed, but I let it give me the fuel to keep the motivation and the locomotion going. You know what I'm saying? So
Got you.
that'd be dope.
Yep. Dope, dope. And you know what's crazy? 2019 also, your fellow Walkers, Eddie Kane dropped that year. A Roku.
Yes, yes.
That's
Shout out
crazy.
to Kano. It's Kane, yeah. And I didn't know like I didn't at that time. I didn't know the dynamics at all about it. Shout out to my brother, Bub Brock. He always
Rest in
don't, brother.
peace.
He I always tell him like you don't gotta he's humble pie. He always be like you don't gotta shout me out. But he's the reason why I know about this underground realm. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew him from the Long Island scene that we was on because we both from Long Island. I'm from
Mhm.
Suffolk County, from Nassau, but we knew each other for a couple years. Then we wound up meeting each other at certain shows. You know what I'm saying? Different venues and shit like that. But I had did a little bid at the end of 2016, and I came home like the end of 2017, the top of 2018. And when I came home, he was one of the first people to holler at. I ain't really want to talk to nobody because I was still trying to now adapt. You know what I'm saying? It was short. It was like a year, but you know, I'm not advocating jail because that's not for anybody. Like that, that's not for anybody. That year felt like it was 2, 3, 4, 5 years. But when I came home, I finally spoke to him. He's like, "Yo, it's a whole different realm that's going on. That's not Long Island scene that we on. And you know what I'm saying? You can make some money through merch and music." And he basically hollered at me because he know my talent and my work ethic because he knew of me before. And at this time, he was already in the underground. Bub was already in the underground scene for like 2, 3, 4 years almost at this time. So he was, and then that's how he linked me with Wavy. And then after that, it was off to the races. And here we are now, as I'm speaking to you now.
Man, that's an amazing trip.
Yeah. Underground, I mean, because since Full Court Presto Destinies now that that's between EPs and LPs, and this is just on the Long Island scene. I was always like rapping and doing stuff in the hood, but then I didn't really know about recording until I recorded my first verse at 16. But
Okay.
I got like 3 or 4 projects that's out. Well, that was out on Dat Piff, RP Dat Piff, that I had out on the Long Island scene that was making my noise when I was doing my rounds and my shows and shit in Long Island before I knew about the underground scene. But from Full Court Press till now, bro, it's probably like no bullshit over 30 projects, well over 30 projects, just between EP and LPs. And I know if you've seen not if not listened to them, you've seen most of the. It's it's about now. I want to say like 40 something. It ain't 50, it ain't 50 boy yet, but it's like high 30s, probably like 40 if I'm not mistaken, between EPs and LPs since Full Court Press till
Wow.
now. Destiny's with Sovath EP,
Wow.
right? Yeah.
Mm.
But majority of it was from from shout out to the pandemic. Once the pandemic came, I invested in a home studio. So a lot of that from
Wow.
2020 in these 6 years was majority of my work because I invested. You know what I'm saying? That was the best couple $100 I've ever invested in my life. But yeah.
Smart. And how comfortable do you feel now, being able to record
Bro,
at
what?
home with that?
Now I could write for a week and not record and then record for a week straight. Like, but now just knowing I got it at my own leisure, once I knew I had that advantage and I don't have to, because I was always a working dude. I dibbled and dabbled here and there, you know what I'm saying? But I was always a working dude since I can get my working papers. So I was always paying for studio time, but I was always the nigga back in the, even when I was younger, when I first started realizing I could go to the studio after I laid my first verse to a couple years after that, I'm like, I was always the nigga who was even with shows, I'm always prompt. I'm always on time. So I say that I'm always prepared. So anytime I knew I had to pay for 2 or 3 hour studio session, I knew what songs I was going to do, how many songs I was going to do. I already had it premeditated, already practicing it. So when I go in the studio, I'm not wasting my time nor the engineer's time. You know what I'm saying? But now that I got it now, I still have that same method, but now it's just like I'm my own little engineer as far as pressing the buttons before I send it to get mixed and mastered, because I ain't sit down and learn how to do that yet. But bro, I'm so comfortable now. Like, it's just grateful. I'm humble because I know I have the quickest, easiest access. I don't gotta wait to work. I get paid
It
today,
is.
this week, every 2 weeks. Now I can hit him up. Yo, I'm coming through in a week or two for 2 or 3 hours. I'm gonna do such amount of songs. Now it's like it's unlimited. It's unlimited.
Wow. You
But
know what? And that explains too, if you look at your catalog from 2020,
yes,
how it
yes,
continued.
yes. Till now, them
That
six
explains it.
years. Yes. That's exactly why, bro. That's exactly why. It's no other. That's exactly why. That's exactly why.
Dope, dope. Now tell us, because almost every project, if I remember correctly, is always one producer or group of producers.
Yeah, I didn't know nothing about that until I got into the underground realm, and I started with Wavy because that was the first outside of the. I think I met the standouts right after him, but I think I did the Lucy with the standouts right before I did the Lucy and the project with Wavy. So
Okay.
it's like I never like even in the Long Island scene, I never did any all the projects I put out. I think I put out like 3 or 4 main projects. I never had just one producer. It was either industry beats, or when I didn't have producers, it was always different producers. But then I got into the underground scene and I seen how dudes was like solely working with a producer or a tandem tag team of producers or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? So that was new to me. That was new to me coming from a local in Long Island. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that was very new to me. But then I inherited that, and I did that for my first few years. But then my first project that I did, that was a collaborative of producers, which is not on streaming platforms, because a lot of the mixing. Now that I think about it and listen to it now, the mixing is not off. But now that I think about it, that was so far back. I thought like certain songs was like off as far as the mixing and mastering, because I had 2 different people doing it at that time. Pause. But it was State of Emergency. And if you notice, I think that was during the pandemic. I think that was probably the first. That now it's crazy to talk about all this, bro, because now it's bringing me back. I think that probably was the first project that I dropped during the pandemic, because they had the whole state of emergency pandemic shit going on, and I think that's why I named it that. Yup. So I think that was the first project I laid when I got my home set up in the pandemic,
That's dope.
state of emergency, and I had
Shout out
all
to,
different kind of producers, facts, and different
yeah,
features on it.
indeed. Shout out to Ty Farris. You had Ramen on there
Yeah,
too.
that's my brother. Yes, shout out to him. Facts. Shout out to Top Fabrics. Facts. That's my brother. He's a technician with the bars, like very
Yeah,
very
man.
string tech. Like me and my man Bub, we comparing all our peers to wrestling, and we say when it come to that, he's like the Demon Malenko on Anderson. Like, he's
Mm,
very very exceptionally technical. Like, different. Yeah, man. But yeah, that project, yeah, that's when I finally realized how my motion started to take kind of a, because that still took me like 3 4 years, but that project, or around that time, because that was my first collaborative outside of just dealing with one producer, and it was numerous producers. I'm like, all right, I see the motion is starting to take place. Like, it might have been in other people's eyes, but to me personally, I felt like that's where it kind of, because that was my first collab, and I was able to get all different type of flavors from different type of producers, whether they fucked with me and already had a relationship with them, or they had just met me and was like, yo, and you know what I'm saying. But yeah, yeah, man.
that's dope, man. Big shout out to Bub Rock, who I finally got to
Yeah,
see.
that's my brother. One of them, definitely
That
one of
was
them,
dope
man.
that I got to meet him in person. Um, with his experience and him helping to break you out of just not being on the Long Island scene. How did that, that early experience and him, showing you the ropes of how to expand and take advantage of this technology as well.
Yo, bro, it's crazy because so right when I came home, I didn't move right back to New York. I had went down south to VA, and I was staying in VA for like a year and a half. I didn't know nobody except for the people I was down there with, and I had finally got in contact with him. I didn't even know Wavy at the time. Wavy was fresh in Brooklyn, like 4 months from Florida, which is where he's from. So Bub, this is the first conversation I had with him. Talking to him, we catching up. He like, yo, yeah, I was trying to hit up such and such to get your information. I was gonna send you some bread, da da da. I'm like, yeah. So he like, yo, and he told me it's this whole underground scene, da da, this and the third. He like, yo, but I'm basically hollering at you because I know you rap, and I know, you know what I'm saying, you could get some bread off this, you know what I'm saying, without having to sign no label or nothing. He was like, but I know you, so I know you. He was like, it's not too many Long Island dudes I hollered at for this type of lane. If I did, he was like, you probably one of the first people, but I know you built for this shit. Like, and I know he's like he's like, nigga, this niggas outside this Long Island shit that we know. This niggas who really rapping this shit. But I know you could fend for self. He's like, I'm gonna tell you this. Only thing and this word of my policy, he's like, only thing I ask of you, he's like, I'm gonna throw you in there. Pause. He's like, only thing I ask you, just don't quit. And that's all he asked of me. That's all he asked. He never. It was mad different cover arts he made for me. I was coming up, plug me in. He was like, "Yo, you don't even in interviews. He's like, you don't gotta even tell people how you." But I'm like, nigga, I gotta tell people how I got into the underground shit. Regardless, if they didn't know me, they definitely didn't know me from being from Long Island, doing the local scene in my atmosphere where I'm from, but they gonna want to know who I am and how this dude got in this, because this dude's getting people getting in this shit every day, hundreds of people getting, I'm saying, but he like, nah, and he's like, just don't quit. And I never quit, but I took a few breaks because it's real life and certain shit like that, but I always thought about what he said,
Right.
and I was always humble for the plays I got in this shit and certain collabs or just being around certain people, being at going to certain events and people recognizing me. Like, it's cause real talk, it's cause of him. And shout out to Bob. Yeah, I know you don't like when I speak on it, but shout out to Bob, bro. Like, it's cause of him. And that shows the loyalty. Cause like I said, we both from different counties, but in both Long Island, and we always knew each other for years through music. But we had never ran into each other for a few years until we bumped into a venue that I went out to perform out in his neck of the woods. And we had chopped it up, and then ever since then, that first time. But now I see him all the time now, type shit. Like, it's way more. But back then, we just knew each other from online and speaking through the phone. But yeah, ever since he threw me in the jungle, I'm still here, man, on some Rambo Commando shit, just trying to survive out here,
Yeah.
man. You know what I'm saying? Still staying humble though, of course. You know what I'm saying? That's always in my blood. But yeah.
That's dope. Dope. Man, I've seen also recently you've been, maintaining the gym as well. And I
Yeah,
know,
I ain't gonna front. Hey, yo, and this is the first time I'm saying that. Except to like a few of my right hand mans, like online. I ain't been there in like a month. I ain't gonna hold you, but I've been on some, life, and then the whip was fucked up and dealing with like car situations. So it was
mm,
like, but yeah, man. But I'm just glad now that I know, cause everybody think this is my first go around, bro. I've been in the gym, like especially after I came home. A lot of dudes stay on it for a little while, then they fall off. When I went to VA, I ain't know nobody, so. I finally found a studio, a job, and a gym. That's all I needed. And then ever since then, I learned about muscle memory. But once I go, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back in the next few days, and within like another two,
that's
three
good.
weeks, my
Yep.
muscle memory be back. I'll be pumped
Like
back.
nothing.
But I gotta stay consistent. You know what I'm saying? I gotta stay consistent. Like, but yeah, I love that. That's therapy, man. That's
Yeah.
therapy. That's therapy. It's definitely therapy.
Now, being that you came up on track, have you, started to, do that as well with the gym?
Nah, but I slowly, surely started incorporating cardio, but I
Hmm.
also want to get back to like just going back to the track and just jog. You know what I'm saying? Getting that type of cardio. You know what I'm saying? I want to get back into that soon. You know what I'm saying? I definitely want to get back into that and be well rounded with it, like not just being in the gym pumping iron and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I definitely want to get back into that because, like I said, man, I wish I would have started track earlier. I swear, man, anybody who knows me, who's watching this or who watch it when I share, we share any clips, bro, I really could have been in the Olympics. And I started
Yeah.
late. Like I started in my junior year. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So not knowing I always had it in me, because like I said, even in elementary, I was always coming first in the 100-yard dashes and
Uh-huh.
field
So,
day and in the mile runs for gym. I was just always coming in first, but I never knew that that was like a characteristic for a trait of a sport that I had in me. I just did it for recreation for school because that's what it was.
right.
But
Okay.
yeah, man, I had some good PRs in track, and I was long distance or whatever. But yeah, I wish I could have kept up. I wish I would have started it earlier, because I did get scholarship money off it and go to track college for it. It didn't really last too long because my first college I went to, St. Francis. It was private school and D1, so it was a lot of money
Money.
outside
Yep.
of,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean. But shout out to Farmerdale, SUNY Farmerdale too, because that, which is out in Suffolk County. I should have went there and got the fucking free ride, man, because that coach was scouting me too. But I was young, not no. I was thinking D1 and Farmingdale. I always tell the stories. Farmingdale was a 3D school when it comes to track, but they compete with D1 and D2 schools. I didn't know the
Okay.
dynamics of the different classes of schools when it came to sports till
Yeah.
now. If I would have known that, I would have took the free ride. And St. Francis didn't have room and board. It was in Brooklyn downtown, but luckily, shout out my auntie Merle, my pop sister, Garissa. So she lived out there since I think she said since shit my 41 years on Earth. So I was staying there for that year and a half. I was going to school, but Farmingdale had the room and board, everything, bro. The whole full ride. I could have had the full ride there, but I was so dumb thinking D1, but didn't know on top of that it was private. Shit was 30,000 a semester, bro. Even with the Pell grants and
Grants and all that.
all,
Yeah.
it was still I still
Oof.
had to come. It was too much, but it was still a good experience because I was like the first one, because I'm the oldest of my four siblings to go to college and experience that life. You know what I'm saying? So it was dope though. And I went for information technology. I wish I would have stayed and but yeah, man, college life is definitely an experience. Facts.
Yep. Indeed. Indeed. And the crazy thing is, it should be a requirement. You know, for any high school students about going to college to be educated on certain things like that.
Yes, especially when it
You
comes
know.
to the sports and
Yeah.
the collegiate, like just
Yeah.
I mean the scholar, just being a scholar, like yeah,
Scholarship.
like
Yeah. Yep.
right. Cause you fuck
Mm-hmm.
around and get a free ride, like I could have, not knowing room and board. But then here I go trying to settle because I knew this school was Division 1 and didn't know I didn't have no school and board. So then if I didn't have my aunt out there, I would have been having to travel and get a weekly or monthly pass back and forth to Long Island. So it's little shit that
Yep.
all makes put the pieces of the puzzle together when it comes to shit like that. So I had to learn that as I got older. After I graduated and got out of college, like, damn, if that was one thing I could regret and do again, I would have went to
That'd be the one.
Farmingdale instead of St. Francis, without a
Mm.
doubt, without a doubt.
All right. Dope. Dope. But it's always good to know that that type of experience comes back to you, and you see how you can make certain adjustments now in your life, even
Right
though
in
you
life,
didn't
yes.
get to experience that way that you would have, but you got the college life either way.
Right, right, right. And I still got some credits, so I could say I did. You know what I'm saying, did that. And it's still never too late to go back. But I'm just grateful that I was like the first person of my immediate family to set that goal. You know what I'm saying, and make a lot of my family proud from both sides of my family. So that was definitely a dope thing.
So dope. Now, in the intro, I was talking about your energy on songs is exactly what you're gonna get in the live performance.
Right.
The last time I saw you was the Honey De Niro and Murder Megs event at Secret.
Yes. Yes. And Singapore. Yes.
Yep, yep.
Fact.
Now,
Yep. Yep.
for,
Yep.
for those even just mentioning those two people, if you're not familiar, definitely go
Shout
check
out
them
to the
out.
sis. Yep. Both of them. Yep. Murder
Indeed.
Megs, Honey De Niro. Those are sisters right there. Shout out Six Man Entertainment, JoJo, Bad C, all of them over
All
there.
right. Yep, indeed. Now I know that night, um, Megs did a beat showcase.
Woof.
Did you get any joints from her?
Nah, not yet, not yet. We
Not yet.
speaking it,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? It's gonna happen, but yeah, that night was that was shit was different. Yo, tapping with Murder Meg, y'all. She got some
She got
fucking
heat.
fire. You seen it, but she
Yep.
got some fucking fire. Everybody pulled their phones out. Whoever didn't go out for an intermission to smoke or whatever.
Came back
Everybody who
in.
was in the spot would had their phone out recording.
Yep.
She's different. Like that real. You want that real raw, gritty boom bap sound? Murder Megs. It's a plethora of producers out there, but especially being she's a female and a young female,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, different,
Yep.
different. And my broker, he can attest for that. That she's fucking different, man. What? Me and my man Frankie Smack, shout out my brother Frankie
Oh
Smacks.
yes, yes
We in the
indeed.
corner, we like, yo, we looking at each other. I'm like, nigga, you like, nigga, yo. I'm like, nigga, yo, like, what? And I'm sitting there brainstorming the beats every time she throwing some shit on, just freestyling myself. Like, nah, this shit is different. Like, if you a real MC, if you would there would have been there that night in the spot, you would have got goosebumps. She's different,
Yep.
different. Shout out to Murder Megs, man.
Indeed. Indeed. That's dope. Now, speaking of producers, I'm I'm not trying to go through your entire catalog. People can definitely. I'll put up the link again for y'all to go check the Bandcamp. But I just want to focus more on 2026 right now. So
Right.
at the top of the year in January, you dropped Mr. and Mrs. Smith with Aida with
Yep.
all those are the drum deal production.
Shout out Dozy, man. A fucking exceptional, dope, super stupid, ill rapper. I didn't find out till after that had to catch on. Nigga make beats too.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You got Dozy, Dozy the drum dealer, and then you got Dozy. You got Dozy the rapper, and then you got Dozy the drum dealer. You know what I'm saying? The producer, dope, super dope. And then Aida. But shout out to Rim, man. My brother Rim is so much I could
Oh man.
talk and say about him. I give him his flowers because he, after Bub brought me into this shit, he got me my first paid feature, you know what I'm saying, in this underground shit. And he actually came up with the idea one day. He hit me like, yo, nigga, you and I ate and you do a little EP together. And this is what he said verbatim. And get Dozy to produce it. And I hollered at both of them.
See?
And it was off to the races from there, you know what I'm saying? So shout out again to my brother Rim for that alley oop as one of many alley oops he's thrown me in this underground shit. And
Mastermind.
I ate and Dozy's both with it. And then, as we fucking started throwing it out after we put shit together and we rearranged beats and added hooks and ad libs. We's really trying to niche this shit, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? And once people seen we's putting our project together from knowing who both of us was, all three of us was, and all our work ethics, it just got crazy. And then
Yep.
it just the rollout worked out perfectly. But don't get it twisted. We still gonna do some visuals soon to still bring that shit and spin it back around again for people who didn't get in tune or who wanted videos for visuals for certain shit. So, but yeah,
Nice.
man, shout out to them again, my brother and my sister, man. And yeah, that project is dope. That project is dope.
Yeah, man. And I know when Aida's quiet, the way she's been,
Oh yeah,
y'all
yeah,
better
yeah,
watch
yeah.
it.
She
Because you know
definitely.
it's about to come.
Yeah, shout out to Aiden and shout out to Gator Solve her brand. I got
Yes,
some of that in
indeed.
my room.
Yep.
You know what
I
I
got
mean?
some as well. Yep.
Right. And yeah, when she's quiet, she's different. She's super different. Super, super. She's an alien. I tell her all the time. She's an alien, man.
And then after that, with the fam, High Rollers 98.
Shout out my brother DJ Mickey Knox, men's of the whole DCM movement. You know what I mean? DJ Concept. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? That was a follow to our Stick 'em Up EP that we did. And they always throw me alleys with the feature verses. So that's how I was able to get the nature verse on the Stick 'em Up EP. And then on this EP, the High Rollers 98 EP, I was able to get God Rest His Soul, RIP, Fred the Gonzo in verse.
We
And shout out to Papoose. I was able to get a Papoose verse through them, you know what I'm saying, and what they got going on and who they deal with and shit. So that was dope. You know what I'm saying? That was dope. That was definitely another ill experience. And me and Mickey Knox already talked about doing a, a three-peat to it, and another project which is probably this time be a full LP. So I'm
All
excited for that and
right.
excited to see what features I'll get for that. You know what I mean? So again, shout out to them. Facts.
Facts,
Just
facts.
grateful and humble, bro. You know what I'm saying? Through my grind and my work ethic, I'm able to get the looks and the alley oops I'm getting, you know what I'm saying? So I'm forever humble and forever gonna cash in on that, you know what I mean? Or
Respect, respect. You know, for those that have been tuning in or will be tuning in the future, this is an example of why you don't quit.
right.
Definitely don't.
Lay low and keep firing.
There it is. Yep. Deep, deep. Now, DJ Mikey Knox. Is he the owner of Deep Concept Media?
No, they it's Menza. It's like all the three, like Menza. You know what I'm saying? They all a family. That's
Okay.
all their, you know what I'm saying? That's all their brand. You know what I'm saying?
All
But
right.
yeah, they've been in it for years. They deal with a lot. They deal with a lot of course, online media merch pushing. Like they deal with a lot. They deal with a lot of vets. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And they deal with a lot of shit, man. They doing their thing, man. They doing their thing.
Definitely. And I got to give them their props because they helped put me onto a lot of music because a
That's
lot of
dope.
SoundCloud music was through their page.
That's
And I
yes, that's
also
dope.
started getting the email newsletter too back in the day.
Right, right. Cause I've known Menza since he knew me since I was younger. Cause my one of my right hand man, shout out my man MP, aka Kels, free him. His older brother was Menza's right hand man growing up. You know what I'm saying? Going to school and shit. So it's just crazy how the world works. So Menza knew me since I was younger and always knew I rapped and shit. And he always used to put a bug in my ear like when I was younger, like, yo, you know what I'm saying? When you wanna, you know what I'm saying? Artist and a third. And then it all came full circle. So it's
Hmm.
crazy how the world works. How
Yeah,
how you know what I'm saying? How shit work.
that's ill. The new EP, Destinies, with the
Shout out Sovath, overseas producer.
how you
I think
pronounce
he's
his
from
name again?
France or something.
Sova?
Sovath.
Sovat.
Sovath. I
Okay,
think I
gotcha.
can't remember
In
where from
France.
overseas, but I met him. Actually, he met me through my dude Abdul Salam. Shout out to him. We did the two Lucy's, the wax on, wax off, and the Try Me If You Dare, which I did for that podium performance, which is on my Instagram. He met me through him. He's like, yo, I guess they like right hand mans and shit, like
Okay.
boys. He like, yo, I met you through Salon. Da, da, da. He hollered at me. He's like, I want to do an EP. And he came correct. He's like, how much do you charge? You know what I'm saying? So that's another reason I'm grateful for where I'm at now. You know what I'm saying? That people the last few years been coming at me, you know what I'm saying? Like, willing to compensate. So that's forever grateful and humble, which gives me more gas in the tank. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
but yeah, he hollered at me, and we worked that out. And shout out to Bro God from Rochester.
Yep.
I had heard of him already. We was never friends, following each other on Instagram, whatever, on social media. But I heard of him through the underground scene, and we followed each other because he was like, "Yo, that's one of my close people. I could get him as a feature if you do want a feature." And I'm like, "Yeah, why not? Yeah, I already know. I heard about him. He nice." And then that's how we pieced that together. So yeah, man, three EPs out already. I did the EPs just to warm up because I came off a hot run from the last couple years and last year. So I was like, let me throw out some EPs and some features and Lucy's and freestyle Lucy's just to stay relevant. And then once I dropped the shit with Aida with Dozy, that's when I started revving up. You know what I'm saying? So now it's going into the LPs. Shout out to Fremont. Between me and you, before you ask, the next shit I'm about to drop is probably gonna be Soul Food for Thought Part 2, which is gonna be
Ooh.
4 years. I actually got an email the other day. I was telling my man before we got on here that I actually got an email from Distro Kid that it dropped 4 years ago, like a couple weeks ago. A couple weeks ago, 4 years ago. So we about to double back with that. It's done. It's getting mixed and mastered as we speak. Shout out my cousin Valid, aka Gunsmoke. So that's gonna drop next. But we about to do some visuals.
Dope.
You know what I'm saying? Now that we here, I'm gonna talk about it. Shout out Ty Loman, aka Hip Hop Gems TV. We about to shoot a video for Leave Me Alone. off the High Rollers 98 EP with Mickey Knox. Shout out to Josh Lamont. We got the Tuned In LP that we dropped late last year. And we got the song Fat Cat video shot by my man Bebito that's out now. So yeah, man, I'm just staying in my lane, staying focused, bro, like I've been. They call me the workhorse. So, you know what I mean? I gotta stand 10 toes on that, and that's what I do.
Indeed. That it's always. I'm telling you now. I'm amazed how much hip hop videos I still find. You know, constantly coming out, and it's quality work. So,
Right.
not just a big shout out to the producers and the artists that are, you know, on these songs. The people behind the lens are really
Yes, shout out to all of them.
doing their thing. And it's
Because without them, the
quality.
visual wouldn't be possible at all.
Yep.
That's a fact.
Now, speaking of visuals, I want to play one real quick. That would be Big Li off the joint When the Smoke Clears.
Shout out to Damn Dave producing that. And shout out to my brother Adam Captures, who is actually a photographer who be in the spots, but that was one of, if not his first, might have been his first video that he actually tried to shoot. And shout out to his wife Melissa, who edited the video. So that was dope. It was a husband and wife tandem with that whole shit. So that was dope. And I shot it, of course, shout out to Bayshore, bigger Bayshore, Northside, Southside. We shot that at my high school, Bayshore High School.
Dope. Let's get into it.
Yes, Sirski. Yeah. Indeed. Let's run it. Yo. It's flames on deck when I'm in the booth. I've been the truth, I stand out like a missing tooth. Just Google the name, you can see the proof. Shit is all in the aura, you can see the juice. Niggas claiming they can hang till I bring the noose. I leave you with your 10 toes off the ground. They know me, I'm short town, I hold it down. When the people go in you don't need a crown. I done seen niggas float and watch the people drown. Better watch your circle. It's a war going on outside. No man is safe from life a bitch that don't hate or discriminate. If you come into the table, bring a dinner plate. You can't scream out you real if you been a fake. No, don't condone that. I'm comfortable like I was chilling right at home. It's SPODA. This that mash out posse feel. It's SPODA in the building. Niggas know the deal. It's Big Li. It's Big Li. It's Big Li. It's Big Li. This that mash out posse feel. It's SPODA in the building, niggas know the deal. SPODA, it's Big Li, it's Big Li. Heavy on it, it's Big Li, it's Big Li. A workhorse in the flesh, they know the vibe. I've been a vet. Flow stupid like the shit lacking intellect. Minds always connect like I ain't lacking internet. Nigga, I've been the best. Got some dogs that'll shoot you too. Make it hard for you to maneuver through. Boy, I always been the one, can never be the two. I'm real fine with being me, fuck being you. You don't even feel right in your own skin. And that there is the reason why you won't win. Better learn the game before you try to play. Shout out Haitian horse, sac passe my poulet. I'm a Long Island nigga to the core. Can never give him less, I can only give him more. The alias is dope flow, cause I'm known as raw. Best believe I got more in store. Whoa. This that mash out posse feel. It's SPODA in the building, niggas know the deal. It's Big Li, it's Big Li. It's Big Li, it's Big Li. This that mash out posse feel. It's SPODA in the building, niggas know the deal. It's Big Li, it's Big Li. It's Big Li, it's Big Li.
Imagine being able to.
Now, with visuals like that, this is exactly what I'm trying to say a little bit earlier in the intro. The importance of not just being an MC, but also what else you do outside of that that
Yes,
continues
yes,
to get your exposure and build up that the people wanting to hear your music.
right.
And it's a blessing to see how much music videos are still being made out there, and I
Yes,
love it.
yes, yeah, yeah.
Now with how many projects did you say you had? At least like what,
In the
30?
underground right now, probably well over 30,
Over 30?
probably like 40. I gotta check again, bro.
Mhm.
It's so much because there's a lot of shit that's majority of them is all of my Bandcamp. A lot of them, some of them is not on streaming platforms, but
Mhm.
probably all of them is on my fucking Bandcamp. And shout out to Rusty Jukes. He actually gave me the
Oh, give me
idea. He
another
he
one.
put up a post a couple months ago
I saw that.
where he put out his product, and it made me go back and look up on my shits. I think I want to say like at least 40 since I at least between EPs and LPs at least. I may be off. I gotta check it again tomorrow, and I'll DM you the number, but I think it's at least 40. Word, because that made
That's
me
what's
think
up.
like, damn, yeah,
Consistency.
yeah, bro.
And don't confuse consistency with those that just continuously put out music and it's
Right,
trash.
right,
That's
right.
not what that's
That's
not
why
what
I'm
SPODA do.
grateful that I'm not one of those. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy because that's now I'm thinking about it. And shout out to Bub again because when I came, before I even did a Lucy with any, before I met any of the producers, he's like he knew me. He knew I like to rap, so he like yo. And it all fast forwards to how I started the Lucy smoke installments where I was rapping over industry beats. He like yo, throw out some Lucy's. Do one for one every day in a row for 7 days,
Mm.
bro. Bro, I swear to God, I did it. I did it. Had got them mixing 1 day in a row. Now they like, who is this? Who the fuck is this nigga? Who is this nigga? Then they started putting the dots together, like, oh, this is Bub Man. He a long out. And then that's where my traction kind of started, like, cause I don't know if they was used to, but they like, who is this one nigga that's dropping? And it obviously had to be fire. Who is this one nigga that's dropping a freestyle every day for 7 days straight, 8 days
Yep.
straight? And then after that, that's when I met the producers, and then so that's what really. Because I say that to say I think that's what just once I put my foot on the gas with that, I just kept it and I just put it now just pedal to the metal. From then when I did them consecutive Lucy's in a row to get my name kind of out there a little bit to get the people to feel who I am, pause like in that underground realm, that shit started working for me. And then I didn't know how to let up ever since then. You know what I'm saying? So that was always just instilled in me. And then once I got the home set up, it was just like, phew, like I'm out. It's on. I'm out of here. Like
Yeah.
that's why people be calling. Give me that other AKA. I said it one day just to be funny, but people call Mr. Lesson 24 because 9 times out of 10, if people send me a feature, they getting it back within a few hours. Like in that 24-hour span, because obviously I work. So if they send it to me while I'm at work and the beat or something catch me, I'll
Uh-huh.
start brainstorming at work and typing shit in, and then I'll be like, once I get home, I get settled, roll up, pour up a little bit, sip, smoke, start vibing out, send it right to it. And a majority, everybody be like, unless they know me, they be like, damn, this nigga, like the fuck, like, and the shit is fire. He send it back, like, so, cause that's just in me, man. I just love doing this shit, man. Like, especially if I be in the mode and it catch me, I'm liable. Even a song, if a producer pay me or that somebody I fuck with, they like, I need a song, and the beat catch me, I'll write the song right there and then record it, send them everything, the stems and all that, because I don't do that. If the producer mix and match, I send it to them, like, so I have my spurts, or I just be in that zone a lot, like, I have real life where I won't write for a few weeks, I just reset. I go through a reset at least once every month and a half, 2 months, where I chill for like a week, 2 weeks, be a regular person, and finally could sit and try to figure out my life and what's going on, like, all the shit I got to deal with. Because I still think about it while I'm going through music, but I can't really focus on it because now I'm on a balance, balancing
Yep.
shit out. So now when I do my reset, I don't even listen to, I just be chilling, you know what I'm saying, and just getting a peace of mind, you know what I'm saying. And then once I get back into that mode, bro, I'm liable to go for a few weeks, a few months at a time, like Because once I get that reset, it's like, all right, I'm refreshed again. I done figure shit out, or I kind of got a gist of what I could figure out in my life. Now let me bounce back to the music. Now I got a fresh train of thought again. Now I could let's get it again. Let's get it. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? We back
yeah,
like we never left type shit. So, you
exactly.
know,
And that's why I like what you did with the freestyles, because beginning of 2026, you did the same thing.
right.
You had the So Easy one.
Yes.
Uh,
The
can't be
can't
wasting
be
my
wasting my
time.
time. Yes. And I don't know,
Things
for
we
some
do,
reason, yeah, I
gunfire.
just went back to them old school beats with the outside of the Too Easy. That can't be wasting my time. And I got some other shits in the tuck that I did, but they ain't get mixed and mastered. But I got some. I did the I did the Janae a party beat. I got that in the
Mm,
tuck.
dope,
Like, I
dope.
don't know why those last couple of Lucy's outside of Too Easy. I always love the Too Easy beat. Shout out to Red Cafe. I always say that to get again. That's how I got the Indeed ad lib, because he always used to say the what else, and that shit was always different and intriguing. And then one day I just said Indeed, and I ran with it. And if you go back to my catalog, I think my first project, The Arrival, well, that piff is gone, but I think I dropped it in 2008 or 9. I was saying Indeed, but I wasn't. I was younger with a different pitch voice, so I wasn't saying the Indeed, but I was an Indeed. I started saying that after I discovered Red Cafe, and I was always fucking with him. Pause. Like, I always
Ah,
thought he was nice, and then he was what else? And that shit was always, when I was younger, and I was rapping at the time, but I was coming up. I'm like, that shit was different to me. Like, everybody had the distinctive ad-libs, but the what else just stood out. And then one day I went to the studio and I was recording. I had like a block session. I was recording mad shit. And I gotta look back, bro, to see and try to think if I can or see if it's out. Remember the first time I said it, but one day I just said Indeed, and then ever since then, that first time I,
that's it.
I said it, that was well over 20 years ago, and that shit just, yeah, that shit is so popular now, like, shit crazy. But yeah, man.
That's dope, dope. Now I bring up this project against all odds with Wavy the God.
Oh, shout out Wavy, shout out my
For
brother Wavy.
indeed, indeed. Two reasons. Number one, this copy I personally got from him after his beat showcase earlier this year.
Right.
Big shout
Oh,
out
hold
to
on, and shout
him.
out Craig Dyer on the cover art too. Shout out my brother Craig Dyer
Indeed,
on the cover
indeed. If
art.
y'all don't see that, yes, indeed. Craig Dyer's work once
And the
again.
original picture, shout out to oh, I'm smacked right now. Lamar Landers. Shout out to Lamar, my boy Lamar Landers. I forgot what the fuck is the name of his show, man. I feel crazy right now. But yeah, my man Lamar Landers. Oh, Theoretic Music, aka Theoretic
Oh
Music.
yeah,
Yes.
yes.
Shout out to whole Detroit. He's out there. You know what I'm saying, stationed out there. But yeah, he took that original picture, and then
Mm-hmm.
Craig did what he did.
He did his
But
thing on
yeah,
it. That's
yep.
dope.
So shout out to all of the brothers, man.
Yeah, man. They're magic. They
I met him
they
through Bub again. I mean to cut you up. Shout out Bub again. That was another alley through Bub, man. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know about it. I started catching on to it. Like, oh, that shit is dope. Then I see he travel around. But then years later, Bub plugged me in. You know what I'm saying? After, you know what I'm saying? You see, I started solidifying myself in this shit. Certain pleas started coming later than sooner. So that was one of them.
Yeah. What I was gonna say is their visuals and the
Woo,
quality
different.
and the knowledge of the artist that they
Yes.
showcase
Yes.
altogether, amazing work.
Cause it's crazy you said that, because one of the visuals I got, shout out Ghost Dave, Go Hard, Try Lesser, or something like that. I can't remember right now at the top, but that was a song that me and Ghost Dave did off the State of Emergency, and that was because he does an interview and then shoots a video
Yep.
with Theoretic, and that was the song. Oh, Go Hard. I can't remember the name of it, but yeah, we shot a video for that, and he just integrated, like, because it was horns playing in the beat, and then he had like an '80s version of clips of people playing like the horns while I was on tack with the horns with the. It was just crazy. It was crazy, right? Yeah.
That's dope. Take us back to when they had the video for Wavy the God,
Which one?
the Theramatic. They showcase Wavy the God.
Oh, for the Talk Different song. Yeah, man. Shout out to Wavy. Shout out to Ermatic. Shout out Kano. Shout out Rome. It was me, Kano, and Rome on there. That was it, correct?
I believe, yeah, I think so.
Yes. Yes. It was crazy because I didn't record that with them. They had a session. It was a whole walking session at that time. I think this shit got recorded. What, when that song, I think Wavy put that out, I want to say what, like 3-4 years ago now, some shit like that. I want to say
Something like that.
it was a minute ago. But so boom. I don't think it was the first time, but it might have been the first time as far as the walkers. Ty Farris came out here to the boroughs, NYC. I'm out in Long Island, which is not too far depending on where I got to go in the boroughs. But they all had a big ass session and they did a few different songs. So originally it was Kano who set it off, and then Rome after that. Fast forward, I don't know if it was a show or event, or I just might have went to just go check Wavy that time.
Mhm.
And we chilling. He like, yo, Spo, I'm working on a compilation. I got a song I think you might want to get on. You know what I'm saying? It's an anchor verse though. He's like, it's Kano and Rome. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, all right. He sends it to me while we in the car. I forget what we doing. I think I just went to go check him. But I'm out there with him and BK and shit. I hear this shit. I'm like, outside the beat being wicked, nasty. I'm like, these niggas getting crazy. Pause. So I'm like, all right, yeah. I'm like, all right, bet, yeah, I got you. He like, you done, just send me the stems and shit. I went home that night, started just brainstorming. But I already knew in my head, and it's all friendly competition, but I also know who I'm dealing with at the end of the day, too. And and they all respect my pen too. But I know how niggas, know what I'm saying?
When
So I'm
it
like,
comes,
all
yeah,
right.
they're
And
gonna
on
come
top of that, I'm the anchor
come
on
through.
this shit with Eddie Kane and Rome Streets. I think Wavy gave me this shit probably like, I ain't gonna lie, like a little second after, probably like a month and a half, some shit after that. Not mad long, but it was a little after that. That day he gives it to me, he sends it to me on my phone. I start writing to it. I just wrote. Just wrote. I just sent it to him, mixed and mastered it, and then that was it. And then when he was doing his shit, fast forward for Theoretic, he hit me like, yo, we gonna do the video, da-da-da. Pull up. I pulled up, and then that's when we did the video for that shit. Word. That was a
Dope.
classic joint. And then I first heard it on Rosenberg that around that time, the late night Rosenberg shit. I didn't
Uh-huh.
even know that was on the 187 shit. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, oh shit, that's fire. Like, oh
Yeah.
shit. More motivation, more gas in the tank. Bro, I'm like, oh shit. Like, Long Island nigga done met borough niggas that produce and do music and this whole underground realm, and I'm getting spun on FM. I done got spun on Shade for like, it's dope. A lot of shit that I don't think would have happened. And if it did, wouldn't have it might have happened in the near future, probably after all of this, if
Hmm.
none of this shit would have happened. But it's just dope. It's dope.
All happening proper for the right reason.
Right.
Dope, man. And he definitely blessed it by putting that first song on his own project, God's Evening.
Yes. Yes. That project right there is dope. Yeah. Yeah. Wavy. Shout out to Wavy, man. And it's crazy because that project you just showed with us, Against All Odds, before we named it that, I had already hit Wavy and we was talking about it at first. And I was like, yo, automatically I was on some fake thirsty shit. Like, not even thirsty, like, yo, let's name it Full Court Press 2. Like, I gotta realize every project don't gotta be a part 2 off the rip with a producer. And he said that to me. He's like, yo, bro, we ain't even gotta do that yet. We could spin back, and on top of that, being that it's gonna be Full Court Press 2, we got more of an expectation to live up to for that specific project with that title, because that
Right.
first one, like you said, was your first introduction, was everybody's first introduction to SPODA as far as the underground scene, if they didn't hear the two Lucy's I did before that. So it's like, to a lot of people, like I tell Bug, and he see why he say it, but he like, nigga, you progressed way since that, but he see why I say that's a lot of people reasonable doubt for me as far as the underground, because that's the first project they heard from me, not knowing who I am, not knowing I'm from Long Island, already had a buzz out here and had music projects out already before y'all knew me in this realm. But yeah, man, yeah, man, yeah, man.
That's dope. Man.
Long journey, bro. Long ass
Yep.
journey. Long journey. I wish I knew about cameras and shit and up. Like when we did have look, I wish I could have had like footage to
Document. Yeah.
build it. Yeah, bro. So a long journey, bro. Roller coaster. Roller coaster.
Now, how does it feel to have even more of your catalog through DITCD?
Oh, shout out to them because that's dope because shit. Majority projects don't have no physicals, so it's like if you want them, you gotta go through them. You know what I'm saying? You have to. And that's a dope outlet they got for indie artists. And you can make a couple and they help you make a couple dollars off of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like they just making money off you. You get some money off that shit too. You get splits off that too. So it's dope. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of those shits are collectors. Like basically I got one of every project that I have from them that I have put out through them once I linked with them. I want
Yeah.
to say like 12, 13 CD that I have. That's just one CD that I never made press them. I'm gonna start doing it on my own soon. That's another thing. But I never pressed certain projects. I pressed up myself like one or two since I've been in the underground. But once I linked them, they's on some shit like, yo, whatever you want to send, you can send everything you got. We'll press up everything. So they basically got over 10 projects, well over 10 projects for me. And I got like a box of them in my room where it's like mad at my projects that those collector's items for me. I'm never selling those. If you want to get them, you got to go through them. Or if I
Through them.
decide
Yeah.
to find a way to put everything together and press them up myself, other than that, you got to go through them.
Yeah.
If they not sold out, I'm pretty sure there's still copies of shit, but you got to go through them.
Most was
But
sold.
yeah,
Yeah. But
it's dope.
that's
That's
dope
dope.
to have one place that pretty much has
Yes.
almost half of your catalog on
Yes.
physical.
Yeah, bro. That's why they sent me the box. Like here's all. When I'm saying like your personal. I'm looking at all these. I'm like, damn, they all pack. I'm like, packets. I'm like, damn. I'm looking at myself like, damn, Spoke. This is just hard copies, and this is over 10 projects. A lot of people ain't do this in their whole careers, or whether it's local or they ain't even do that. And it's like, I'm just thinking like, damn, I'm just grateful that I just alive, still breathing, and still motivated to be able to do this shit and be my main thing why I really do it too is because I notice I motivate a lot of my peers and just a lot of people. So that's what really keep me going. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Good to hear. That's
so
good to hear.
dope.
Because not even just in the industry, but just the way people are in general.
Right.
If they're not happy with what they see you do, then they always gotta complain or find some negative way to not
Yes.
have you elevate.
Right. All the
So
time.
it's always good to hear that.
Right. All the time. All the time.
Now, being that you record at home,
Mhm.
what's a next step that you can see yourself doing as far as with your music? Possibly engineering?
Yeah, I want to start or just start learning how to mix and master so I could mix and master. And shout out my cousin, my buzzing Valid, aka Gun Smoke. I love him to death. He do all my shit. He be doing it for years. But even he said that to me, like, you want to learn, you still want to learn how to do that shit on your own, like how he did. That's why he's able to rap and engineer his own shit, and he has his own clientele. So, like he said, like, you know what I'm saying? You always still want to learn, and I always want to learn how to do that. And I want to learn how to make beats because I know the type of shit I like, and I already know the type of direction I want to go. That wouldn't even be hard for me to do as far as knowing the direction. It's just about learning how and what to do with what equipment and shit like that. But those two things, those are my main thing. So then at the end of the day, I'm cutting out all middlemen. It's just I could do everything myself. You know what I'm saying? I could record an EP in a week, week and a half, and mix and master that shit, and then have it in a tuck or slate to drop it whenever I feel like it. Type shit. Like that's where I want to get. Honestly.
Yeah, I think that's the smart thing to do is to have multiple projects ready in your arsenal, and when you're ready to drop it.
Right.
So with that being said, my question is, how long do you think you should hold on to something before you release it?
I ain't gonna hold you, bro, because the way I've been working for the last couple years since I had to set up since the pandemic, I'm just now like so food for thought too. Like a lot of certain projects that I've been putting out the last year or two got pushed ahead because either I was feeling the beats or because I had got compensated and I was feeling the beats. So
Mhm.
they kind of got a pass. But a lot of shit I'm about to start putting out, bro, is from like the last 2-3 years, like for real, to be for real. But you're not gonna know it because
No, it.
none of that shit it don't sound outdated. You feel what I'm saying? So,
Say,
but bro, bro, I got mad music, bro. Like I got mad music from producers who've been waiting 3, damn near 4 years. Like it goes back that far. You know what I'm saying? Since basically I had the
wow.
home set up. But they shout out to all of them. It's so many to name because they've been patient with me because they've come to know me or they know me from they like, oh, I know you doing a lot of work. I know you're not one of the rappers who's lying when I'm like, yo, I'm busy right now. I'll get to it.
Was holding
But
down.
I'm the type of person I can't stay focused on one producer for too long. So that's another reason why I bounce around and I get different concepts and ideas or just get in that mood from certain beats to where I start building up my catalogs with the producers, couple songs at a time. And then I send them some shit. They won't even know I'm working on it that fast. But I got all that shit in the stash because sometimes I just need a new vibe. Like I'll be vibing out to wavy beats for 2-3 weeks, then I might need a new vibe just because I'm so focused on that. But I need like a new little bop. Then I'll go to Fremont, hear some shit. Oh shit. I cook up 2 or 3 Fremont beats
Mm-hmm.
in 2, 3, 4 days and go back to Wavy from the 3, 4 I got and add 2 or 3 more, then jump to a true cipher and do 2 or 3. And like I that's how, you know what I'm saying? Like I just be in different moods and certain beats be just catching me. Or certain beats I hear and at first I'll be like, that shit's alright. Then when I really sit and listen, I'll be like, oh shit. I hit one of the producers like, yeah, I need to add that too before they give it to somebody. Cause I sometimes I don't listen through because certain beats in the pack be so fire. I'll under listen to certain beats.
Okay.
Then I gotta go back when I listen to the packs again. I'll be like, I know these beats, those are the fire ones I already picked. Then I listen to the ones that I didn't pick, and there's always at least one, if not two, always at least one. I'd be like, oh shit, I ain't hear certain shit in this when I was really listening because these other ones that I already picked already and probably started writing to or recorded to oversaturated the shits that I had to double. But you know, it's always that's why I always go and double and triple and quadruple back. But I love this shit, bro. I love it.
Go, go. So with that being said about hearing certain production, having certain vibe to it, is there any time when you're just writing because of what might be going on, what you might
Yeah,
see, and it sparks your mind to let me
yeah.
get to the
I
writing?
may type it down just on some acapella shit, or if it was
Mhm.
already a beat I was listening to and I ain't really, I might have had like a bar or two. I might delete that and then I might have cooked up a couple bars at work. As in, like I said, in my in between time, bathroom break or lunch break, snack break, I type it down,
Yeah.
and then once I get home, I finish it. Or sometimes at work, I'll fuck around and finish a verse while I'm at home, and then go home and cook up the hook and do the second verse. Like my shit be it be sporadic, like it be different. Like sometimes like I said, I brainstorm at work and then come home, or sometimes I won't I just come home brainstorm, and if I just do everything on the spot right then and there. Like I'll be having or I'll start half the song at work, come home, finish it, piece it together. So like, yeah, because people be asking, what's the writing process? Like it'd be different. Cause I'll think of some shit at work that could be real life shit. Or I just think of some fire, just regular rapping bars, and I try to remember it or type it down as soon as I could just to have it. Then once I go home, I decipher how I'm gonna rap it or how I rapped it, and then go from there and see what cadence and flow I'm a choose. But yeah, man, my shit it be weird. It be all over the place sometimes, but it's like organized confusion. You know what I'm saying? Like it'd be crazy.
Dope, dope. Now, this is a question not just in music but general your life. Is your mother your inspiration for your work ethic?
Definitely. Shout out Melissa Webb. Definitely. 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 And I didn't even know I was gonna be a rapper. I wanted to be a rapper at first. Like, you know, a lot of people be like, "Yeah, I know." I didn't really know. I grew up. I was a music head. I grew up around a household of music. Like, I was always into all genres, Motown, all that. But when it came to one of my best friends, shout out my brother Floyd, aka FP, his older brother Q, and his man's my older man, they was rapping, and that was back in the day. Like I came up around them, seeing them rap, like where they would put paper and a tape and press record and rap like that. And you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying, like, and I just be around them, seeing them rap. But I always knew about music and was into music. It's not like I was new to music. It was just I never was thought I was gonna like rap, and then I just picked up on that, and then just knew I was a music head, and I just started figuring that shit out on my own. Like my little brother Tyrone can attest it, and my little sister Diva Shay, they can attest it. Like I just started figuring that shit out on my own.
Mm.
My first shits wasn't always the best, but then once I mastered my shit and crafted my shit, and I started running around the hood rapping, and the older OGs and hustlers had me rapping, and the niggas in my barbershop had me rapping against niggas who came in there saying they could rap. It was just off
That
to the
was it.
races from
Yep.
there. It was lit. It was lit.
That's ill. That's ill. Man, Spoda, Bayshore's own till the end. Much
Yes,
respect.
sir.
I appreciate you
I
definitely
appreciate you,
coming back
brother.
and
Thank
speaking
you,
with us.
man. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. And this brother always been a spectator, then a fan, and a brother. I seen him in real life. He has merchandise for me, like true supporter, real hip hop head. You know what I mean? Much love, bro. Much love. For
Respect,
real,
man.
for real. Like I'm giving you your flowers real. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people won't give us our shits in real time till it's too late.
Got
People
to.
gotta start normalizing doing that shit in real time. You know what I'm saying? While we still here. Cause Mano said that shit in his podcast. Like I seen it like a little clip on YouTube. We live for a second, but we going forever. You know what I mean? So,
Mm.
and that shit really made me. I was at work on lunch break like a week ago, and I'm like, damn, I mean, that shit made me stop eating my food. And that shit made me think, like, yeah, we here for a second, we going forever. So I say that to say, like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody give your people they flowers while you can. Don't wait till it's too late and then be telling other people and do some third, fourth, fifth, 10th party shit. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? We gotta normalize that shit for real,
That,
man.
that's the same way I say when people speak of their own personal triumphs and tragedies. You're here to speak of it, not someone else telling your
Right,
story.
right. Right. Exactly, brother. Exactly, bro. You already know. You already know. You already know.
Much respect. Much respect. I will put up your Bandcamp link once again for everyone that's been tuning in. Definitely check out Spoda's catalog. You will not be disappointed. Go to DITCD's Bandcamp as well. Go support the CDs that are out there. And as always, support. Spread the word. Let people know what's out there. We got a true example right here.
Thank you again, brother. For real, man. Appreciate it. Always forever humble, man. Shit ain't never gonna stop either, man. We only turning up. We about to be into the halftime show of this shit soon. So I'm about to turn up second half of the season. So we about
It
to
is.
end the first half of the season off strong. Second half we turning up, burning up, man.
It is. Definitely looking forward to it. Let everyone know where they can also reach out to you and also your shout outs.
Um, Shout out to you again. Shout out to the Walker. Shout out to the Cloth. Shout out to Long Island, Nassau County, Big Suffolk County, Bigger Bayshore South Side. Shout out to all the supporters and fans near and far, in state, out of state, out the country, all over the world, third world countries. Shit is overwhelming being a kid from Bayshore, which is really not known but got pioneers, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody, man, and anybody who support me, anybody who hate on me, I still reciprocate. All that shit is motivation. You can find me on Bandcamp, SPODA. You can find me on Instagram or majority anywhere, SPODA631. You can find me on X, aka Twitter, Mr. Dope Flow. You know what I'm saying? At Mr. Dope Flow. But everywhere else, Spoda 61. And just the name is anywhere else, Spoda, SPODA. On all streaming platforms, Spoda.
Indeed, indeed. And before we go, if you got any upcoming shows, let people know.
Definitely right now, Do I got anything coming? I don't got no shows coming up right now. Everything
Okay.
is
All right.
everything is chill right now, you know what I'm saying? But I do got a video shoot this weekend. Shout out my man Todd Loman, aka Hip Hop Gems. We're gonna shoot the Leave Me Alone video for the joint off the High Rollers 98 shit with my brother DJ Mickey Knox. It's just so much shit. Yeah, man, I'm just chilling right now. I'm just trying to get like some content in, you know what I'm saying, and just keep pushing these shits that I got out, man. That's it. But yeah, summertime. I do got some shit in July. I ain't
Okay.
gonna talk too
Summertime.
much on it
Got
yet
you.
because there's no venue or nothing like that. I'll talk to you about it behind the scenes, and you're
All
gonna be
right.
like, oh shit. But that's definitely set in stone. We just trying to find a venue. Yeah, other than that, I'm just chilling, man. If anything, I just go out and might spectate some venues for my people. You know what I'm saying? But I'm chilling, man.
All right. Good to hear. Good to hear. Definitely look forward to music and the upcoming performances. So, on behalf of our HHDG Media crew, we're going to say peace.
Peace.